With the upcoming release of Borderlands 3, I thought it was time to revisit one of my older video ideas and look at some Borderlands mods for Fallout New Vegas. Both of these franchises have some things in common, mainly their post-apocalyptic setting, and so it is no surprise that you can find quite a few Borderlands-inspired creations on Nexus, and I tried to include as many of them as I could. And now, without any further delays, let's begin. Starting off, we have Blind by Munitions, Hopper31, Devilfish 182 and Fallout 2 AM. In Borderlands, whenever you hit an enemy, you can see how much damage you did thanks to floating numbers around him. With Blind, you can have this feature in New Vegas as well, but that is not all this mod has to offer. It also includes a 3D health bar located above enemies, showing how much HP they have left. There is a separate message displayed when NPCs heal, shown as green crosses around them. If you knock them out, a KO pop-up appears, and kill shot is represented by a red skull. There are even some effects for your own character. If you're taking in radiation, healing up or being damaged, you can see floating indicators of each action around you. Mod also comes with mod configuration menu, where you can turn off features you don't like or change the size of damage numbers. I've been using this mod for years now and I really like it. I think it can be very useful to people that don't use HUD but still want to know how much damage they do, or for testing out weapons and armor effectiveness. It is also the most famous Borderlands mod, so if you want to bring your game closer to it, then Blind should be your first choice. Now that we have a mod that shows you how much damage you do, it is time to get ourselves a weapon. For that, I have Borderlands Buzzaxe by Odioss. You can find its blueprints in Gibson's scrapyard on the Dead Raider, with the diary detailing its backstory. As you can see, it comes with custom textures and model. Textures are detailed and rusty, making them fit in Fallout perfectly. When it comes to model, it has a really cool custom idle animation that shows rotating blades. It also comes in two and one-handed version, so you can pick which one you prefer. Other than that, weapon looks just like it did in Borderlands, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was pretty strong in combat, but considering you have to phase hug your enemies in order to use it, its power was justified. Overall, a very cool looking weapon that is gonna be a fine addition to my Borderlands mod collection. We all know that Borderlands is about loot, and if you have a lot of loot, you want to pick it up quickly, which you can do by holding E button. Item Collector by Vivanto makes this possible in New Vegas. Now whenever you see a huge stack of weapons, armors, aid items or junk, you can choose one item from a pile, and by holding E, all other things in its proximity will be picked up as well, as long as they are in your field of view. Unfortunately, items that are, for example, behind you won't be picked up, even if you're standing on them. Item detection is also far from perfect. Sometimes it won't detect items that are piled under each other or in close proximity to a first picked item. It is not recommended to pick up multiple modded weapons at once, since you might lose mods that are attached to them. But most of times it worked well. I was able to pick up few items at once, which saved me a lot of time, and this mod can be a big help for any hoarders that like to collect everything. Now it is time to get some companions. And who is everyone's favorite character in Borderlands?
Allow me to introduce myself. Most people call me Claptrap, but you can call me Boss.
Yes, it is Claptrap, and what is even better is that I don't have just one, but two Claptrap companions lined up. First one is called Custom Robot Followers 2 by Mindboggles. You can find him in Camp Golf, and after helping him out of trash can, you're gonna become his minion, which means he's gonna follow you around. Claptrap comes with custom textures and model. Textures look great, his model is faithful to his look in the original game, and he comes with custom animations as well. Mods made him fully voice acted, and let me tell you, he likes to talk a lot. In combat, he was surprisingly effective, and thanks to his special weapon, he didn't have any problems dealing with fiends. But if you want to try a stealthy approach, Claptrap can cloak himself, making your sneak attempts a lot easier. So overall, a great companion mod with tons of features that I can only recommend. But if you want Claptrap that is a bit more lore friendly, then this next mod might be for you. It is called Claptrap Securitron Companion by Gero. You can find him in the INC Memorial, and he can be recruited by completing a quest that will take you on a small adventure where you have to free our boy from Mr. House. It will take around 15 minutes to complete, features some funny dialogue and tough moral choices. But after doing all that, you will have a new companion. He is a lot smaller than usual Securitron and comes with custom textures that, as you may have noticed, are cel shaded, giving Claptrap that Borderlands look. Just like our previous robot, he's also fully voice acted and gives you a perk that increases your lockpicking skill by 15 as long as he's around. Unfortunately, this Claptrap was useless in combat and he didn't even try to attack any enemies, even after I tried to change his tactics. But you can still use him as a meat shield if you want, so go ahead and give him a chance. Borderlands is also known for its various types of weapons that deal different types of damage. Augmentation by Ironman 500 adds a similar feature into this game. Now you can modify weapons with either frost, corrosion, fire, explosive, slag or shock mod, and each one of them comes with different visual and gameplay effects. There are a few things you need first: a repair skill of 50 fusion device, and one of 6 miscellaneous items that produces your desired effect. You can either buy them from vendors or find them as rare loot in containers. After that, you can go to Workbench and check out list of available modifications. You can add mod every weapon. Melee, unarmed, thrown and explosive weapons are excluded, along with flamer, BB gun and a few more that are listed on the mod page. If you want to add mods, then make sure you augment your weapon first, otherwise it won't work. Like I mentioned before, each modification is a bit different. Frost damage will knock out enemies, slag will lower their damage threshold, fire will obviously put them on fire, and they all have cool visual effects, making each one unique and fun to play with. In combat they were a bit overpowered, I never had any problems with enemies when I tested them out, so I guess that is why they are rare to come by. But overall, a very nice and unique mod that adds a bit of flavor to New Vegas combat. Another thing that is rare is a good armor mod. But thankfully, there is one for Borderlands fans. It is called Moxxi and Friends by Jonas Opines. It adds 3 new outfits and 3 races into the game. You can find them in Good Springs gas station, and you can check out new races by going to the race menu. Both outfits and races include Moxxi, Tiny Tina and Psycho version, and that is why I showcased them together. Let's start with Psychos. They include female and male version, and as you can see, they don't leave much to imagination. Races include beautiful body tattoos, and I also like the outfits, especially masks. When it comes to Tiny Tina, she's supposed to be a child race, but in my game she was same size as any adult, so it looked a bit creepy. Her outfit though was pretty good, it featured huge amounts of details, and Tina also comes with her own bombs that you can craft and use in battle. And finally Moxxi. Another fine work, both textures and models looked great, they were detailed, crisp, and I really have nothing to complain about. I was also surprised by Moxxi's face. Fallout version was pretty similar to original, considering that Fallout and Borderlands use different engines and art style. Overall, a great set of outfits and races that I would recommend to any aspiring Borderlands cosplayer. You know who's missing from our list? Marcus. That is why I present to you Marcus Munitions by Odinfin86. This mod adds vendor machines to Good Springs, Prim, Novak, Strip and Mojave outposts that sell ammunition. They come with custom textures similar to ones used in original that are placed on classic machine models. Vendor works as a workbench, so you basically pick up what ammo you want and craft it with bottle caps. It is sold in cases and there is a different amount of ammo in each case. For example, if you buy 2 cases of 10mm ammo with each containing 12 bullets, you get 24 bullets in total. You can find anything you want here, ranging from classic small arms ammo to missiles or mini nukes. Ammo is a bit more expensive though, with 3 caps taken as a profit from each case you buy. But considering that you have luxury of picking any ammo you might possibly want, it is understandable. If you use Caliber X, you can also use version that includes ammunition from it, but if you don't, make sure you disable its ESP. So next time you need ammo, come to good old Marcus, just like you would in Borderlands. Next up is Kaiser's Legion, Borderlands style Retexture by IVeniVidiVicil. This mod is a bit different than previous ones I showed, since it modifies an established part of the game. It changes textures of all Legion armors to make them look a bit more cartoonish, which is the type of look Borderlands games have. It includes every type of armor Legion uses, be it recruits, veterans, Centurions or Kaiser himself. You also can't use New Regime along with this mod, because that one retextures Legion as well. It is a shame that there isn't another mod like this one for NCR or armors in general, because even though armors look nice, they're a bit distracting when compared to other outfits in game. But if you don't mind that and like what you see here, then I can only recommend it. And as our final mod, we have PerfToon by HollowCaused. Now, don't be scared by what you see on screen now, it isn't a problem on your side. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make this mod work and that is why it looks so bad in my game. But trust me, it shouldn't be like that. The point of this EMB/preset/gemfx mod or whatever it is to make New Vegas look a bit more cartoonish, so you get sharper edges, new color schemes, characters and objects looking different as if they were from cel shaded game, and generally it gives Mojave a brand new look that you can't get anywhere else. However, if you want the full package, it's gonna cost 5 GB of your hard drive space, which is quite a lot for a preset. And it is also more demanding, so if your game can barely run EMB, it might have problems. It also uses this thing called GemFX that I never used before, where you can change bloom and other various graphic settings and create a custom setup for your PerfToon. The reason why it probably didn't work on my PC is that I had HDR and bloom activated and I couldn't turn it off. So like I said, it isn't supposed to look like this, but I still wanted to get at least some footage of it to give you a general idea of how it might look. To see its true potential, go over to mods page and check out some screenshots. If you want the full Borderlands experience, I recommend to at least try this mod out and make it work, because this is as close as you can get to making your game visually look like Borderlands. And yeah guys, I guess that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Now a little bit of background for this video. Now I already had an idea for a Borderlands special like this one back in summer of 2017, but I somehow never even started doing it. Only thing I did was collect the mods and then I just forgot about that idea. And only recently, when I was checking out what games were coming out soon, I noticed that Borderlands 3 is actually coming out this September, and so I finally remembered it. And that's why this video was even created. What I found even more funny is that originally I was already working on another Fallout video that I already recorded footage for and was supposed to create script, and you know, we just finished the video up, and it was supposed to come out I think on Sunday or on Monday, but due to this idea with Borderlands special I decided to postpone it. Now don't worry, that other video is also coming out. It should come out sometimes in August, so you can look forward to that. In the meantime, I'm going to be posting the Star Wars Battlefront 2 video that I have been already working on for quite some time, and I'm really looking forward to it, so I hope you guys will enjoy it as well. And yeah guys, I guess that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, tell me what you think about it in the comments, subscribe for more Fallout and other games content, and I will see you next time.